Hello guys, this is Little Lego Lover, and this is the second episode of our Cadillac Model Competition. The cars here is this little Cadillac ELR, and then the car next is this Cadillac XLR. So now we're gonna compare them. The first test I'm gonna be doing is the engine. So the Cadillac XLR has this massive supercharged V8 from the Chevy Corvette C506. So that is the engine in the XLR. But in the ELR, you have this little fuel economy engine, a hybrid engine. Now you're probably thinking, hey, the ELR is an electric car, but the real ELR gasoline engine makes 83 horsepower. And well, you know what happened to that. In my opinion, I like the XLR engine better because, well, it's bigger. Now we can talk general front design. So, the ELR has this big grille that doesn't do anything because it's an electric car. This grille doesn't do anything either. All the grilles don't, including this one. So you have this big grille over here, this large smile over here, that makes it look like an ELR and then these lights. And then in the XLR, you have these three grills here, and then you have this higher grill here. And then you have this long hood here. And because of the long hood, in my opinion, I like the XLR front better. Now, we can talk about the doors. So, the Cadillac XLR has these nice little doors that are 5 studs long, and there's no low quality things here. But in the ELR, you have these doors. You can easily get inside the interior, but it isn't the room inside the interior that's the problem. It's the dots on the door. There are lots of dots on the door, while the XLR has not a single dot except for the door handle. So I like the XLR door better. Now, the next thing I can talk about is practicality. So in the XLR, you have this nice little boot space here. And then you can open it to reveal the large boot space. Then you can open the ELR cargo area. It doesn't open up, which kind of removes some of the practicality, but at least you can fit a lot of stuff in there. But since the cargo compartment doesn't open like the XLR, I prefer the XLR better for this practicality round. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is city driving. So most people would want an electric car for city driving, and Cadillac's got you covered. The ELR is an electric car. Obviously not my ELR. My ELR is a plastic car, but the real ELR is an electric car. While the XLR has this big giant engine from the Chevy Corvette, and then, well, it's based on the Chevy Corvette. Since it has the engine from a Chevy Corvette, you already know what that means. It's a gas hog. So the ELR is better for city driving because it's an electric car. Now the next thing I want to talk about is which one is better for the track. So the ELR has this tiny little 83 horsepower engine in the front, and it's an electric car, so I don't really know how fast it's gonna go on the track. But the Cadillac XLR, first you open this hood, and then you see the giant engine, and you have all the stuff on the XLR and all the power because it's all track ready. So, in my opinion, the XLR is better for track driving. So now it's time to talk about the back design, or the general back design as General Motors would say, because these are both General Motors cars. So the ELR has these long tail lights here that go up and all the way to the fender, and it has this back with absolutely nothing on it. Like somebody took a shovel and then scraped everything that was on the back. While in the XLR, you have these cool lights that sort of go so you have all these angles on the lights, and then you have this curve that goes into the vanity plate there, which is pink, and it has nothing on it. I guess this is just something that happened because he didn't want to disgrace himself with all the plebeian letters of the other cars. I actually like the XLR back better because there's more stuff on it. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is interior comfort. So the XLR, you can open the door and walk into your glorious sports car that's all track ready. And then you have 3 studs of legroom, which is pretty good. Now, in the ELR, you have these seats here, but one thing about this ELR is that you have this big slope here that wobbles a lot of your comfort and just tells you, you know what, this car is not as comfortable as you thought it would be. So get ready. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the colors of these cars. Well, the ELR has yellow and gray and black and peach and a green interior for some reason. The XLR has gray and, well, blue, and that's it. So, since the XLR is generally more plainer, I like the XLR better. Now, this comparison test proves that the XLR is far better than the ELR because while the XLR is a nice sports car that people can drive and it's worth the money, the ELR costs $76,000 for plebeians who have $76,000 to spend in their pocket on a house on a beach. So that is the sad comparison test and the disappointment of the ELR, and shows that the XLR is king over the ELR. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you.